Welcome to This Week in West Hempstead, sponsored by Spiegel Law PC, 5168-731-683, Tiffany Dry Cleaners, I&D Glot Market, and Riester's Bakery. Here are your hosts, David and Norm. Take it away, gentlemen.
All right, thank you, Dan. And hey, Norm, what's going on?
Good to be back.
Yeah, and listen, finally the weather broke. We had an incredibly humid, hot, sticky, disgusting week. Probably get a nice little break over the weekend, and then guess what? We're going back to the humid, disgusting, stuff next week.
Welcome to summer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So leading the stories this week, we have the Stop and Shop closing. We covered it last week on the site, and we covered it on Facebook. And by far, it was the largest story that we've had in the last few weeks just by traffic. And it's because it's Stop and Shop. I mean, Stop and Shop is a fixture in our neighborhood. And,
well, the one on Hempstead Turnpike is still going to be there, but the one on Front Street next to Home Depot, that's the one that's closing, and as well as a number of other locations on Long Island.
Yeah, there's there's Stop and Shops being closed all over the country, or certainly more in the Northeast. And I think they're losing out a lot of business to big box stores. And quite honestly, although not published, I think they're losing out business to theft. It's as simple as that. People are going into stores and they're looking to close stores that may be in lower income areas. And
we're seeing it in drugstores all over the country as well.
Yeah, it's just a huge problem.
Yeah, I will say though, for the people who live over there, I mean, look, hopefully everybody has a car or whatever. It's not the easiest thing in the world to find like a sizable, decent supermarket.
Yeah.
And I guess we're a little spoiled. We've had two of them for so long. Well, we're about to lose one.
Yeah, and for us old timers, we remember when there was just that one Stop and Shop, and that's where you had to go before you had the Cherry Valley store, which again is huge, and we're happy that it's in place, but we're sad to see the other one go.
Yep.
And, interestingly, while you're having all these issues and retail businesses are closing, the prices of housing in Nassau County and certainly in West Hempstead just keep going up.
It's actually unaffordable at this point. I mean, we're looking at $800,000 as the average home price now in Nassau County. That's a crazy number.
It's crazy, and it's up 11.5% from last year. And you factor that in with mortgages, and young people are pretty much getting priced out of the market.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
I've been hearing some stories that either institutions or maybe large companies are starting to buy up houses because they're so lucrative. I don't know. Have you heard anything along
Yeah, well, there's
lines?
been a lot of that, but a lot of them have not been doing that well across the country. So I don't think that's a trend that's going to continue. Certainly on Wall Street, they've been making a big play of it of the last couple of months, actually for the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. And they've accumulated a huge amount of real estate, but not in our neighborhood. I think in our neighborhood, that's not what's affecting the prices. This is just a great place to live.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Yeah, actually, the weird thing is I saw an article the other day that claimed the housing bubble is about to burst. But
yeah.
I think these predictions are so off. But again, the Heatherwood construction can't come fast enough for us to take some of the pressure off.
No, and a lot of people are just sitting tight where they are with the high mortgage rates, because if they have to sell, then they got to go buy something else. So it's kind of a weird situation. Something's got to break.
Well, the rates will come down, but I don't think that'll do it. That'll just make it worse.
Make the prices
go up. It'd be more attractive for people to keep coming in and trying to raise the prices, and that's what's going to happen.
So, speaking of prices keep going up, the price of water, I'm personally very lucky that I'm part of the West Hempstead Water District.
Me too.
And it's one of the few bills that kind of has remained constant over the last few years, and they provide a really good service. But we keep hearing, issues of people who are using Liberty. And Liberty was in Newsday actually just today because there's a something afoot for the government to take over a big chunk of Liberty and to kind of haul in the prices, because every year the prices keep going up. Now, unfortunately, and don't get too excited in West Hempstead, it doesn't look like West Hempstead may be part of this deal for the government to do the buyback. So
I also think that West Hempstead water is a bargain. We've got great water, they're good service. We never have issues with them. And every time I look at my bill, I go, okay, thank God.
Yeah.
This is not a problem for me.
Yeah, go flush twice. And, Liberty has had rates increase in the last 3 years between 18% and 45%. So, I mean, if you live in West Hempstead, you got a pool, you do a lot of watering, wow.
Yeah.
So, speaking of, we'll just stay on the water theme. Norm, what's going on with the beaches? Is this like Shark Week? What's happening?
It's actually a triple threat. Yeah.
Triple threat? Wow.
No, you have lifeguards that there aren't enough of them, so they're almost doing double duty. You have sharks that are biting in unprecedented numbers, 6 in the last month, 4 in the last couple of days. This is really unheard of. And then you have riptides, and riptides are a serious problem. We've lost kids in riptides all throughout the region. You have to swim along with the riptide and not fight it until it lets go. And people are not trained for this. They're not taught to swim in these kind of conditions.
Yeah, so even with drones overhead and all the safety, you really got to be very, very careful, observe the signage. Don't go into the beach when it's closed. Just really horrible.
Don't. I think we're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah, all right. So I think now is probably a really good time for us to take a quick commercial break.
Tiffany Dry Cleaner is ready to handle all your cleaning, laundering, and dry cleaning needs. We offer free pickup and delivery Sunday to Friday in all communities. Give us a shot.
All right, we're back. So, Norm, there's a kid, 12-year-old kid in Malverne. He's going to college?
Isaac Barry is a 12-year-old high school graduate from Malverne. The kid's entering NYU at 12 years old.
Wow.
I graduated high school and entered college at 18. This kid's going to be in college. I think it's illegal for him to date anyone. He's a minor.
Yeah.
He's going to be in college. He can't drink. He can't date. But look, it's pretty amazing kid. I mean, you have to give it to him to be able to pull that off.
Another Doogie Howser living in Malverne. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Really
except
great.
the kid's going to graduate college and won't be able to get a driver's license yet still, which I think
know,
is
it's
something
crazy.
else.
Yeah, but he may be running a startup and be worth $1 billion. So
We'll all be going to his doctor's office.
yeah. So another local story, West Hempstead cheerleading camp, August 7th, 8th, and 9th at the secondary school. And you can get information on where to register at whramscheer@gmail.com. And this is really an exciting thing, for kids who are interested in cheerleading. And
What age group is this?
good question.
It's in high school, right?
I assume it's for high school, although they don't really put an age group here, but I assume it's for secondary and for high school kids. And
So, Norm, if you're ready to try out, if there's no age group, you can help yourself.
Listen, with enough Advil, I'd take the course.
there you go. It's $110 to register. The deadline is August 1st. So if you're interested in cheerleading and you're of appropriate age, go sign up. So, I spend a lot of time on social media and a lot of time on Facebook, a lot of time on Instagram, and there's a Jewish influencer. His name is Elon Kornblum, and he's been running a website and a kosher social media presence called Great Kosher Restaurants. And Elon lived in Brooklyn. Guess what? He's moving to West Hempstead.
The community is growing. It'll be interesting to see what he has to offer.
Yeah, and we're very excited to talk with him and hear about all the exciting things. Maybe he can untangle part of the bagel situation that we have going on in West Hempstead.
I'm sure I'll have something to say about it.
Yeah, so Elon, welcome to West Hempstead, and we're very excited that you've joined our community.
We got music coming to the neighborhood, right?
Yeah, so tonight, finally, we have the Half Step playing at Echo Park at 8 o'clock. Half Step is a Grateful Dead cover band, so you can just imagine there'll be a little smoke or a little haze hovering over Echo Park.
A shout-out alert for Deadheads.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll be coming in from all points across Nassau and Suffolk counties. So get your tie-dye on and head over to Echo Park tonight. And finally, we got Riesterer has Peach Week, and Dan, I know you were over there shooting peaches, and wow, pretty exciting stuff.
Oh man, that stuff looks so good. They have peach danishes and muffins on sale. They got peach cakes. They got all kinds of other things. Whatever. Go to Riester's, buy baked goods.
Yeah, and you know what? I had Napoleon there for last weekend, and it was just absolutely amazing.
You need a prescription for that, I think.
Yeah, so I think that'll do
the
it.
peaches are in season. This is a great time to get fruit. I mean, I think this is peak season.
Yeah. All right, so that'll do it for this week in West Hempstead. I want to thank you, Dan. I want to thank you, Norm, and join us next week.
Enjoy the summer.
Thanks for watching, everybody. If you would like to sponsor our program, much like Spiegel Law, Tiffany Dry Cleaners, I&D Glot Market, and Riester's Bakery, please reach out to us at sales@westhempsteadecho.com.
Welcome to I&D Glot. We love our customers. We have the freshest produce. We have all the groceries you need. We have the best cuts of beef, veal, lamb, chicken for the best price. And of course, a bakery department with all fresh cookies, cakes, and freshest bakery item. And of course, with a takeout department with delicious food. If you need to place an order, do it online. We'll deliver it to you, or come into the store and shop. We can't wait to see you.